Something extraordinary is about to happen in your life. Right now, in this very moment, the universe is conspiring on your behalf. You're not reading these words by accident. You're not here by chance. There's a divine intelligence at work, and it's been orchestrating events, moving people, and arranging circumstances to bring you to this exact point in time. If you're seeing this message, if you're hearing these words, it means you're ready. You're ready for the breakthrough you've been praying for. You're ready for the miracle that's been waiting to manifest in your life. You see, most people go through life never understanding that they're not just physical beings having a temporary experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And the moment you truly grasp this, everything changes. Everything. The problems that seemed insurmountable suddenly become opportunities. The obstacles that appeared to block your path suddenly become stepping stones. The pain that you thought would break you suddenly becomes the very thing that makes you stronger than you ever imagined possible. God is about to do something so big in your life that when you look back on this moment, you won't even recognize the person you used to be. But here's what you need to understand. This blessing, this breakthrough, this miracle that's coming your way, it requires something from you. It requires you to shift your thinking. It requires you to change the way you see yourself and the world around you. It requires you to let go of the old stories you've been telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. For so long, you've been carrying around beliefs that don't serve you. You've been holding on to fears that keep you small. You've been listening to voices from your past, voices that told you that you weren't good enough, smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough to receive the abundance that the universe wants to give you. But those voices were wrong. They were always wrong. And today, right now, you're going to make a decision to stop listening to them. The truth is that you were born with everything you need already inside of you. You came into this world with infinite potential, with unlimited possibilities, with a direct connection to the source of all creation. That connection never went away. It's still there. It's always been there, but somewhere along the way, you forgot about it. You got so caught up in the drama of life, in the opinions of others, in the fear and doubt and worry, that you lost touch with the magnificent being that you truly are. God is about to remind you of who you really are. The universe is about to show you what you're truly capable of. And when this happens, when this shift occurs, your entire life is going to transform in ways you can't even conceive of right now. The job you've been hoping for, the relationship you've been praying for, the healing you've been waiting for, the financial breakthrough you've been needing, it's all coming. It's all on its way. But you have to be ready to receive it. And being ready doesn't mean being perfect. It doesn't mean having all your problems solved. It doesn't mean having your life completely together. Being ready simply means being willing. Being willing to see things differently. Being willing to let go of control. Being willing to trust that there's a power greater than your ego, greater than your fears, greater than your circumstances, that's working everything out for your highest good. You know, so many people miss their blessings because they're so busy looking at what's wrong with their life that they can't see what's right. They're so focused on what they don't have that they can't appreciate what they do have. They're so consumed with worry about the future that they can't be present in the now. And the now, this present moment, this is where God works. This is where miracles happen. This is where transformation occurs. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. This isn't just a nice saying. This is a fundamental truth about how the universe operates. Your perception creates your reality. The thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, the feelings you cultivate, these aren't just happening inside your head. They're creating the world you experience. They're attracting the people, circumstances, and opportunities that show up in your life. If you want to know what you've been thinking about, look around you. Your life right now is a perfect reflection of your dominant thoughts and beliefs up until this point. But here's the beautiful thing. You can change your thoughts right now. You can shift your beliefs in this very moment. And when you do, when you truly change on the inside, your outside world has no choice but to change as well. God is about to do His big one for you, but you have to be a cooperative component in this process. You have to align yourself with the energy of what you want to receive. You can't pray for abundance and then spend all day thinking about lack. You can't ask for love and then harbor resentment in your heart. You can't desire peace and then fill your mind with worry and fear. There has to be an alignment between what you're asking for and who you're being. And who are you being? That's the question that matters most. Not what do you do, not what do you have, not what have you accomplished, but who are you being in each moment? Are you being someone who trusts the process? Are you being someone who sees challenges as opportunities? Are you being someone who knows, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are loved, supported, and guided by a benevolent universe? The answer to these questions determines everything. Because you see, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you want more love in your life, you have to be more loving. If you want more abundance, you have to cultivate a consciousness of abundance. If you want more joy, you have to find reasons to be joyful right now, even before your circumstances change. This is the secret that most people never learn. They spend their whole lives waiting for their ship to come in, not realizing that they never sent one out. They're waiting for God to do something for them, not understanding that God can only do for you what God can do through you. The divine works through willing vessels. It works through people who have prepared themselves to receive. It works through those who have done the inner work of clearing away the blocks to their own awareness of love's presence. And what are those blocks? They're the grievances you're holding on to. They're the judgments you make about yourself and others. They're the fears that keep you playing small. They're the limiting beliefs that tell you that you're separate from the source of all good. These blocks are what stand between you and the life you were meant to live. These blocks are what prevent you from experiencing the miracle that's always available to you. But here's what you need to know. Those blocks aren't real. They're just thoughts. They're just stories. They're just patterns that you learned somewhere along the way. And anything that was learned can be unlearned. Anything that was created can be uncreated. You have the power right now to choose different thoughts, to tell different stories, to create new patterns that actually serve you. God is about to do His big one for you, and part of that big one is showing you that you're more powerful than you ever realized. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're not at the mercy of other people's opinions. You're not stuck where you are. You're a creator. You're a co-creator with the divine. You have the ability to shape your reality with your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your actions. Think about that for a moment. Really let it sink in. You have the same creative power flowing through you that created the stars, the mountains, the oceans, and everything in existence. That power isn't somewhere out there, it's inside of you. It's who you are at your core. And when you tap into that power, when you align yourself with that creative force, there's nothing you can't do, nothing you can't have, nothing you can't become. But so many people never tap into this power because they're too busy being afraid. They're afraid of failure, they're afraid of success, they're afraid of what other people will think, they're afraid of being disappointed, they're afraid of taking risks, they're afraid of being vulnerable. And so they stay stuck in lives that are smaller than what they were meant for, all because of fear. Fear is just an illusion, it's not real. It's something your ego created to keep you safe, to keep you in your comfort zone, to keep you from growing and expanding and becoming who you're meant to be. But you know what? Your comfort zone is actually the most dangerous place you can be, because when you stay in your comfort zone, you're not growing. And anything that's not growing is dying. God didn't create you to play it safe. The universe didn't bring you into existence so you could hide your light and minimize your gifts and settle for a mediocre life. You were created to shine. You were created to express your unique talents and abilities. You were created to make a contribution that only you can make. And when you do that, when you step into your purpose, when you align with your calling, that's when the magic happens. That's when synchronicities start occurring. That's when doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. This is what's about to happen for you. God is about to open doors that no person can close. The universe is about to bring people into your life who will help you, support you, guide you, and elevate you. Opportunities are about to present themselves that are perfectly aligned with your gifts and your purpose. Resources are about to flow to you from expected and unexpected sources. This is your time. This is your season. This is your moment. But you have to believe it. You have to feel it. You have to know it in your bones. You can't approach this with doubt and skepticism and a "I'll believe it when I see it" attitude. That's backwards. You have to believe it first, and then you'll see it. You have to have faith in what you can't yet see. You have to trust in what hasn't yet manifested. You have to act as if it's already done, because in the spiritual realm, in the realm of infinite possibilities, it already is done. Everything you desire already exists. It exists as a possibility, as a potential, as a probability. Your job isn't to make it happen. Your job is to allow it to happen. Your job is to get yourself out of the way. Your job is to remove the resistance, the doubt, the fear, the unworthiness, and all the other blocks that are preventing you from receiving what's already yours. And how do you remove those blocks? You remove them by becoming aware of them. You remove them by questioning the thoughts and beliefs that create them. You remove them by choosing love over fear, trust over doubt, faith over worry. You remove them by connecting with the part of you that knows the truth, the part of you that's connected to something greater, the part of you that remembers who you really are. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not your struggles. You are not your circumstances. You are a spiritual being with infinite potential and unlimited possibilities. You are an expression of the divine. You are a channel through which love, light, and creativity flow into the world. And when you truly understand this, when you truly embody this, your life becomes a testament to what's possible when you align with your highest self. God is about to do His big one for you because you're finally ready to receive it. You've been through enough. You've struggled enough. You've suffered enough. You've waited long enough. The universe has been preparing you for this moment. Every challenge you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, every lesson you've learned, it's all been leading you here. It's all been shaping you, molding you, preparing you for the breakthrough that's about to occur. And this breakthrough isn't just about external things. Yes, you might receive the material blessings you've been hoping for. Yes, your circumstances might improve dramatically. Yes, you might experience healings and answered prayers and manifest desires. But the real breakthrough, the big one that God is about to do, is an internal shift. It's a shift in consciousness. It's a shift in how you see yourself and the world. It's a shift from fear to love, from lack to abundance, from separation to connection. This shift is what changes everything. Because when you change on the inside, everything on the outside has to change to match your new vibration. It's a law. It's how the universe works. You are like a radio station, and you're constantly broadcasting a signal. That signal is made up of your thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and expectations. And whatever signal you're sending out is what you're going to receive back. If you're broadcasting lack, you'll receive lack. If you're broadcasting struggle, you'll receive struggle. If you're broadcasting unworthiness, you'll receive experiences that confirm your unworthiness. But if you change your broadcast, if you start sending out signals of abundance, joy, love, and worthiness, then that's what you'll start receiving back. It's that simple. It's that profound. So right now in this moment, what signal are you broadcasting? What thoughts are you thinking? What beliefs are you holding? What stories are you telling yourself about who you are and what's possible for you? Because those thoughts, those beliefs, those stories, they're creating your future right now. They're determining what shows up in your life tomorrow and next week and next year. If you don't like what you've been receiving, then change what you're broadcasting. It's that simple. Stop thinking thoughts that don't serve you. Stop believing beliefs that limit you. Stop telling stories that keep you stuck, and start thinking thoughts of possibility. Start believing in your worthiness. Start telling stories about the amazing life you're creating. God is about to do His big one for you, but you have to do your part. You have to be willing to let go of who you've been so you can become who you're meant to be. You have to be willing to release the old patterns, the old habits, the old ways of thinking and being that have kept you stuck. You have to be willing to step into the unknown, to trust the process, to have faith even when you can't see the full picture. This requires courage. It requires strength. It requires a willingness to be uncomfortable, because growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Transformation doesn't occur when everything is easy. The caterpillar has to completely dissolve in the cocoon before it can become a butterfly. And right now, you might feel like you're in that dissolving stage. You might feel like everything is falling apart, but it's not falling apart. It's falling together. It's all working out for your highest good, even if you can't see it yet. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the process. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. There are no accidents. There are no mistakes. There are no coincidences. Everything is part of the divine plan. Everything is working together to bring about your greatest good. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you surrender to this, the sooner you stop resisting and start allowing, the sooner you'll experience the breakthrough that's waiting for you. You've been asking for signs. You've been praying for guidance. You've been seeking confirmation that things are going to work out. Well, this is your sign. This is your confirmation. The very fact that you're hearing these words right now is evidence that the universe is responding to your requests. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready. You're here because it's time. You're here because God is about to do His big one for you. And what does that look like? It looks different for everyone. For some, it might be a sudden financial windfall. For others, it might be a healing of a relationship. For some, it might be a breakthrough in their career. For others, it might be a healing in their body. But for everyone, it involves a shift in consciousness, a change in perception, a new way of seeing and being in the world. This shift is what opens the floodgates. This shift is what removes the dam that's been holding back your good. This shift is what allows the blessings that have been waiting for you to finally flow into your life. And once this shift occurs, once you truly change on the inside, you'll be amazed at how quickly things change on the outside. Opportunities will start appearing out of nowhere. The right people will show up at the right time. Resources will become available. Solutions to problems that seemed unsolvable will suddenly become clear. Doors that were closed will swing wide open. Things that you've been trying to force will start flowing with ease. This is what happens when you align yourself with the natural flow of the universe. But you can't force this alignment. You can't muscle your way into it. You have to allow it. You have to surrender to it. You have to get your ego out of the way and let your higher self take the lead. Your ego wants to control everything. It wants to know the how and the when and the where. It wants guarantees. It wants certainty. But life doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't operate according to your ego's timeline or your ego's plans. The universe has something far better in store for you than anything your limited human mind could conceive. But you have to be willing to let go of your agenda and trust the divine agenda. You have to be willing to say, okay, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I trust that it will. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I trust the timing. I don't know what the path forward looks like, but I trust that I'll be guided every step of the way. This kind of trust, this kind of surrender, this is what opens you up to receive miracles. This is what allows God to do His big one for you. Because when you're trying to control everything, when you're holding on so tightly to how you think things should be, you're actually blocking the flow. You're actually preventing the very thing you want from coming to you. Think about it like this. If you're holding your hands in tight fists, nothing can come into them. But when you open your hands, when you release your grip, then you're able to receive. The same is true in life. When you release your need to control, when you open yourself up to infinite possibilities, when you trust the process, then you create space for miracles to occur. And miracles are natural. They're not supernatural. They're not reserved for special people or special circumstances. Miracles are simply a shift in perception, a change in how you see things. When you see through the eyes of love instead of the eyes of fear, you see miracles everywhere. When you look for evidence of the universe supporting you instead of evidence of the universe working against you, you find miracles in everything. God is about to do His big one for you, and it starts with you making a decision to see things differently, a decision to believe in possibilities instead of limitations, a decision to trust instead of worry, a decision to love instead of fear, a decision to be grateful for what you have while you're waiting for what you want, a decision to act as if you're already the person you want to become. This last one is crucial. You can't wait until you have everything you want to start being the person you want to be. You have to start being that person now. If you want to be successful, start acting like a successful person now. If you want to be healthy, start making the choices a healthy person would make now. If you want to be loving, start being more loving now. Don't wait for your circumstances to change. Change who you're being, and your circumstances will have no choice but to follow. This is the power you have. This is the creative force that flows through you. This is the divine intelligence that's always available to you. And the more you tap into it, the more you use it, the more you align with it, the more miracles you'll experience. Because you'll realize that you're not waiting for God to do something for you. You're allowing God to do something through you. You are the instrument through which the divine expresses itself in the world. You are the vessel through which miracles flow. You are the channel through which love manifests. And when you truly understand this, when you truly embody this, you stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like the powerful creator you truly are. This is what God is about to show you. This is the big one that's coming. It's not just about getting what you want. It's about realizing who you are. It's about remembering your true nature. It's about reconnecting with the source of all good. And when this happens, when this awakening occurs, everything in your life transforms. You stop seeking approval from others because you know your worth comes from within. You stop comparing yourself to others because you know you're on your own unique path. You stop worrying about the future because you trust that you're always being taken care of. You stop regretting the past because you understand that everything was necessary for your growth. You stop struggling and start flowing. You stop forcing and start allowing. You stop resisting and start accepting. This is the peace that passes all understanding. This is the joy that's not dependent on circumstances. This is the abundance that comes from knowing you're connected to an infinite source. This is what's available to you right now, in this moment, if you're willing to claim it. And how do you claim it? You claim it by choosing it. You claim it by deciding that this is your truth. You claim it by acting as if it's already done. You claim it by being grateful before you see the evidence. You claim it by having faith when everything around you suggests you should have fear. This is the walk of faith. This is what it means to trust the universe. This is what it means to know that God is working on your behalf, even when you can't see it. And this faith, this trust, this knowing, this is what moves mountains. This is what parts seas. This is what creates miracles out of what seemed impossible. You've been praying for a miracle. You've been asking for a breakthrough. You've been waiting for your moment. Well, your prayers have been heard. Your requests have been received. Your moment is now. God is about to do His big one for you. Not because you deserve it, although you do. Not because you've earned it, although you have. But because it's your divine birthright. It's who you are. It's why you're here. You were born for this moment. You were created for this purpose. You were designed to express the fullness of who you are, to share your unique gifts with the world, to make a difference that only you can make. And everything that's about to happen in your life is going to support you in doing exactly that. The breakthrough you're about to experience isn't just for you. It's for everyone whose life you're going to touch. It's for everyone you're going to inspire. It's for everyone who's going to see your transformation and realize that if it's possible for you, it's possible for them too. You're not just changing your own life. You're changing the world by changing yourself. This is the ripple effect of transformation. When one person awakens to their true power, it gives permission for others to do the same. When one person steps into their greatness, it shows others that greatness is available to them too. When one person chooses love over fear, it makes it easier for others to make the same choice. You're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing it for all of us. So step up. Step into who you're meant to be. Stop playing small. Stop hiding your light. Stop waiting for permission. Stop doubting yourself. Stop letting fear run your life. It's time to be bold. It's time to be brave. It's time to be the magnificent being you came here to be. God is about to do His big one for you because you're finally ready to receive it. You're finally willing to do what it takes. You're finally committed to your own growth and evolution. You're finally saying yes to the call that's been echoing in your heart all along. And when you say yes, when you truly say yes with every fiber of your being, the universe responds with a resounding yes in return. Everything you need will be provided. Every door you need to walk through will open. Every person you need to meet will appear. Every lesson you need to learn will present itself. Every resource you need will become available. This is how it works when you align yourself with your purpose, with your calling, with your divine assignment. And your divine assignment isn't something you have to figure out or search for. It's already within you. It's been there all along. It's the thing that lights you up, that makes you come alive, that feels like it's what you were born to do. And when you start moving in that direction, when you start taking steps toward that calling, that's when the magic happens. That's when God does His big one. So listen to that inner voice. Trust that inner knowing. Follow that inner guidance. It's not leading you astray. It's leading you exactly where you need to go. And yes, it might be scary. Yes, it might be uncomfortable. Yes, you might not be able to see the whole path. But you don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step, and then the next one, and then the next one. one step at a time, one day at a time, trusting that each step is taking you closer to your destiny. This is your time, this is your season, this is your moment to shine. Don't let another day go by living less than the life you were meant to live. Don't let another moment pass feeling stuck or small or unworthy. You are worthy. You are enough. You are loved beyond measure. And you are about to see evidence of that love in ways that will blow your mind. Get ready. Open your heart. Open your mind. Open your hands to receive. Because what's coming for you is bigger than anything you've experienced before. What's about to happen in your life is going to exceed your expectations and surpass your wildest dreams. What God is about to do for you, through you, and as you is going to be a testimony to the power that's available when you align yourself with your true nature. You are not separate from this power. You are this power. You are not disconnected from the source. You are an extension of the source. You are not alone in this experience. You are supported by the entire universe. And when you truly grasp this, when you truly live from this place of knowing, there's nothing you can't do, nothing you can't have, nothing you can't be. This is your truth. This is your reality. This is what you're about to experience. God is doing His big one for you right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not someday in the future. Right now. In this moment. As you hear these words, as you feel these feelings, as you open yourself to receive, it's happening. The shift is occurring. The breakthrough is manifesting. The miracle is unfolding. And all you have to do is say yes. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your dreams. Say yes to your purpose. Say yes to the life that's calling you. Say yes to the person you're becoming. Say yes to the blessings that are flowing to you. Say yes and watch what happens. Say yes and prepare to be amazed. Say yes and get ready for the ride of your life. Because when God does His big one, when the universe delivers its miracles, when the infinite becomes manifest in your finite world, it's always bigger and better and more beautiful than you could have imagined. So stop imagining, stop trying to figure it out, stop limiting what's possible with your human thinking, and just be open, be receptive, be willing, be ready. You're not seeing this by accident, you're here for a reason. And that reason is to remind you that you're loved, you're supported, you're guided, and you're about to experience something amazing. Trust it, believe it, know it, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is your big one. And it starts right now. You know, there's something beautiful about this moment right now. Right here, right now, you're exactly where you need to be. I know you might be thinking about all the things that haven't happened yet. All the dreams that seem delayed, all the doors that appear closed. But what if I told you that everything, absolutely everything, is unfolding exactly as it should? What if the very thing you're resisting is the thing that's preparing you for what you've been asking for? God said, relax. Those 3 simple words contain more wisdom than 1,000 books on achievement and success. Relax. Not give up. Not stop trying. Not abandon your dreams, but relax. Release the grip. Loosen the stranglehold you have on how and when things should happen. Because here's what I've learned after years of teaching and living this truth. The universe has a timing that is infinitely more precise than anything our minds could ever calculate. You see, we live in a world that tells us to hustle harder, push more, force things to happen. We're taught that if something isn't happening, it's because we're not doing enough. So we push and strain and exhaust ourselves, trying to make things happen on our timeline. And in that pushing, in that resistance, we actually block the very flow that would bring us what we desire. It's like trying to force a flower to bloom by pulling at its petals. You don't make things grow faster by stressing about them. You make them grow by providing the right conditions and then trusting the process. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, you give it sunlight, and you trust that beneath the surface, something magnificent is happening. There's an intelligence in nature that knows exactly how long that seed needs to be in the darkness before it breaks through to the light. And that same intelligence is working in your life right now. The same force that turns an acorn into an oak tree, that transforms a caterpillar into a butterfly, that keeps the planets in their orbits. That force is orchestrating the events of your life with perfect precision, but we forget this. We look at our circumstances and we think we know better. We think we know when things should happen. We think we know how they should unfold. And when they don't match our mental picture, when our timeline doesn't align with divine timing, we panic. We think something's wrong. We think we're being denied. We think we're not good enough or we're being punished. But what if none of that is true? What if the delay is actually divine protection? What if what you think is a denial is actually a redirection towards something better? I want you to think about this for a moment. How many times in your life have you wanted something so badly, and when you didn't get it, you were devastated? And then, months or years later, you looked back and thought, thank God that didn't work out. Maybe it was a relationship that ended, and you thought your world was over, only to meet someone later who was perfect for you. Maybe it was a job you didn't get, and you were crushed, only to find a better opportunity that you would have missed if you'd gotten that first one. Maybe it was a house that fell through, only to find your dream home a few months later. Life is full of these examples, and yet we still don't trust. We still think we know better than the infinite intelligence that's running the show. God's timing is not about making you wait for the sake of waiting. It's not some cosmic test to see how much suffering you can endure. Divine timing is about preparation. It's about getting you ready for what you've asked for. Because here's the truth. If you received everything you wanted the moment you wanted it, you wouldn't be ready for it. You'd either destroy it or it would destroy you. Think about lottery winners who lose everything within a few years. They got the money, but they weren't prepared for it. They hadn't developed the consciousness to sustain that level of abundance. The same principle applies to everything in life. The relationship you desire requires you to become a certain kind of person. The success you want requires you to develop certain qualities. The life you're dreaming of requires you to expand into a larger version of yourself. And that expansion takes time. Right now, in this very moment, you are being prepared. Every experience you're having, every challenge you're facing, every moment of waiting is developing something in you. It's building patience, it's deepening faith, it's strengthening character, it's cultivating wisdom. You're being shaped and molded into the person who can handle the blessings that are coming. And when the timing is perfect, when you're truly ready, when all the pieces are in place, what you've been asking for will arrive so effortlessly, it will almost seem magical. But it's not magic. It's divine orchestration. The problem is, we measure everything by clock time. We think in terms of minutes and hours and days and years. But God operates in a different kind of time. It's not linear. It's not measured. It's eternal. From the perspective of infinite intelligence, there is no too late. There is no missed opportunity. There is only perfect timing. When you align yourself with this truth, when you really trust it in your bones, you stop struggling, you stop forcing, you stop exhausting yourself trying to make things happen. And in that state of relaxation, of allowing, you actually become a magnet for everything you desire. Think about water for a moment. Water is the most powerful force on earth. It can carve through mountains, it can shape landscapes, it can wear down the hardest stone. But water doesn't force. Water flows. It takes the path of least resistance. It goes around obstacles. It's patient. It's persistent. And eventually, it gets where it's going. That's how you need to move through life. Not with force, but with flow. Not with resistance, but with trust. Not with anxiety, but with peace. When you're in alignment with divine timing, you'll notice something interesting happens. You stop feeling anxious about the future. You stop obsessing about when things will happen. You stop comparing yourself to other people and their timelines. You start feeling peaceful right where you are. You start enjoying the present moment instead of constantly living in the future. You start noticing the blessings that are already here instead of only focusing on what's missing. And from that state of presence and peace, you actually accelerate your manifestations because you're no longer blocking them with your resistance. Let me tell you something about faith. Real faith isn't believing that God will give you what you want when you want it. Real faith is trusting that God will give you what you need when you need it. It's trusting that the intelligence that created you, that breathed life into you, that sustains you in every moment, that intelligence knows what it's doing. It's not confused. It's not making mistakes. It's not overlooking you. It sees you. It knows you. It loves you. And it's working everything out for your highest good, even when you can't see how. You want to know what surrender really means? It doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean becoming passive. It doesn't mean you stop taking action. Surrender means releasing your attachment to outcomes. It means doing what you feel called to do and then letting go of how and when the results will come. It means planting your seeds and then trusting the soil. It means showing up fully in your life while simultaneously releasing the need to control every detail. It means saying, I'll do my part and I'll trust you to do yours. There's a difference between being interested in something and being committed to it. When you're interested, you do it when it's convenient. When you're committed, you do it no matter what. But there's an even higher level than commitment. It's called surrender. Surrender means you're committed to your vision, you're committed to your growth, you're committed to showing up, but you're not attached to controlling the timeline. You're not stressed about the how. You're not worried about the when. You've handed it over to something greater than yourself, and you trust that greater power completely. This is where miracles happen. Not when you're gripping and grasping and trying to force, but when you're relaxed and open and trusting. When you create space for something greater to work through you. When you get your ego out of the way and let divine intelligence do what it does best, your job is not to figure out how everything is going to work out. Your job is not to control every variable. Your job is to listen to your inner guidance, take inspired action, and then relax into the knowing that it's all being handled. You know what's interesting about anxiety? Anxiety is living in the future. It's projecting yourself into a time that doesn't exist yet and creating fearful scenarios in your mind. Depression is often living in the past, ruminating on what went wrong, what you lost, what you should have done differently. But peace, real peace, exists only in the present moment, right here, right now. And in this present moment, you are okay. In this present moment, you are breathing. In this present moment, you are alive. In this present moment, you are held by a power greater than yourself. God said, relax, because God knows that your constant worrying doesn't change anything except your health and your happiness. Your stress doesn't speed things up. Your anxiety doesn't make things happen faster. In fact, it slows everything down because you're operating from a frequency of lack and fear instead of abundance and trust. When you're worried about money, you're in the vibration of not having money. When you're anxious about a relationship, you're in the vibration of being alone. When you're stressed about your health, you're in the vibration of sickness, and the universe responds to your vibration, not your words. You can say affirmations all day long, but if underneath those words you're vibrating with fear and doubt, you're not going to attract what you want. But when you truly relax, when you truly trust, when you truly surrender, you shift your vibration. You move into a state of allowing, and in that state things can come to you. Opportunities can find you, people can show up, doors can open, synchronicities can occur, because you're not blocking the flow with your resistance anymore. Here's something I need you to understand. Everything you want already exists in the quantum field of all possibilities. It's already there. Your dream life, your ideal relationship, your perfect health, your financial abundance, it's all already there in potential form. Your job is not to create it, your job is to align with it, to match the frequency of it, to become it in your consciousness before you see it in your reality. And you can't do that from a place of desperation and striving. You can only do that from a place of peace and knowing. When you know something is yours, you don't chase it, you don't worry about it, you don't obsess over it, you just know it. Like you know the sun will rise tomorrow. You don't stay up all night worrying about whether the sun will rise, you just trust that it will. That's the level of certainty you need to cultivate about your desires, not hoping they'll come. Not wishing they'll come, but knowing they're already on their way, knowing that in divine timing, everything you've asked for is being delivered. And while you're waiting, while things are being arranged, while you're being prepared, what do? You live. You enjoy your life right now. You appreciate what you have. You find joy in the simple things. You love the people around you. You do work that matters. You take care of your body. You feed your mind. You nourish your spirit. You don't put your life on hold until your dreams come true. You live fully in this moment, because this moment is all you have. This moment is where life is happening. Not in the future when everything works out, not in the past when things were different. Right here, right now. There's a beautiful paradox in spiritual life. The more you let go of needing things to be different, the faster things change. The more you accept where you are, the quicker you move forward. The more you love yourself as you are, the more you transform. Because you're no longer sending the universe the message that you're incomplete, that you're lacking, that you're not enough. You're sending the message that you're whole and complete right now, and anything that comes is just an addition to your already abundant life. God isn't withholding from you. God is preparing you. God isn't making you wait to punish you. God is making you wait to bless you more than you can currently handle. God isn't denying your prayers. God is answering them in ways you haven't recognized yet. God isn't late. God is right on time. Every single time. Not your time. Divine time. And divine time is always, always perfect. You see, when you look back on your life, you'll be able to connect the dots. You'll see how everything had to happen exactly as it did to bring you to where you are. You'll see how the delays were actually protections, how the closed doors led to better doors, how the pain created the depth, how the waiting developed the wisdom, how every single thing, even the things you thought were mistakes or failures, were actually perfectly placed stepping stones on your path. But you can only see this in hindsight. In the moment, you have to trust. You have to have faith. You have to relax and know that it's all working out. And here's what trust really looks like. Trust doesn't mean you never feel afraid. Trust means you feel the fear and you move forward anyway. Trust doesn't mean you never have doubts. Trust means you acknowledge the doubts and you choose faith instead. Trust doesn't mean everything always feels easy. Trust means that even when it's hard, you believe there's a purpose to the difficulty. Trust is not the absence of uncertainty. Trust is peace in the midst of uncertainty. It's calm in the center of the storm. It's knowing that no matter what's happening on the surface, there's a deeper current that's carrying you exactly where you need to go. You don't have to understand how it's all going to work out. You just have to know that it will. You don't have to see the entire staircase. You just have to take the next step. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to stay connected to the source of all answers. And that source is always available to you. It's not somewhere out there. It's inside you. It's the quiet voice that speaks in the silence. It's the gentle nudge that guides you. It's the feeling in your heart that says yes this way or no, not yet. That's divine intelligence communicating with you. And when you learn to listen to it, when you learn to follow it, your life becomes so much easier. Stop trying to force open doors that are meant to stay closed right now. Stop trying to convince people who aren't ready to see you. Stop trying to make something happen before it's time. There's a season for everything. A time to plant and a time to harvest. A time to act and a time to rest. A time to push forward and a time to wait. And the wisdom is in knowing which season you're in and acting accordingly. Right now, if things aren't moving the way you want them to, maybe you're in a season of preparation. Maybe you're in a season of learning. Maybe you're in a season of healing. Maybe you're in a season of waiting, and that's okay. Honor the season you're in instead of resisting it. There's tremendous power in acceptance. Not resignation, but acceptance. Resignation says this is terrible and there's nothing I can do about it. Acceptance says this is what is and I can work with what is. Acceptance doesn't mean you stop wanting things to be better. It means you stop fighting against what is. It means you stop wasting energy on resistance and instead channel that energy into response, into taking whatever action feels right from a place of peace rather than panic. You want to know what's blocking most people from receiving what they desire? It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of opportunity. It's not lack of resources. It's lack of trust. It's the constant anxiety that it won't work out. It's the persistent belief that you have to do it all yourself. It's the exhausting habit of trying to control everything. When you release that, when you truly let go and trust, you'll be amazed at how quickly things start to shift. Not because you're doing more, but because you're allowing more. God said, relax. And in that relaxation, in that surrender, in that trust, you open yourself up to receive. You become a vessel that divine intelligence can work through. You become a channel that blessings can flow through. You become available to miracles. Because miracles happen all the time. They're happening right now. But you can only see them when you're not blinded by your own agenda, your own timeline, your own ideas about how things should be. What if everything that's happening is actually preparing you for something so good, so beautiful, so perfect, that you couldn't have even conceived of it with your limited mind? What if the universe is conspiring in your favor in ways you can't see yet? What if every disappointment is actually an appointment with something better? What if every ending is actually a new beginning? What if every no is actually redirecting you to a bigger yes? What if you're not behind? What if you're not running out of time? What if you're exactly on schedule for your highest destiny? Your soul has a blueprint. Before you were born, before you took your first breath, there was a plan for your life. Not a rigid, fixed plan that can't be changed, but a general outline of what you came here to experience, to learn, to give, to become. And that plan is unfolding perfectly. Every twist and turn, every up and down, every joy and sorrow, it's all part of your unique path. And you can trust that path. You can trust the timing of that path because it's being guided by an intelligence that sees the beginning and the end simultaneously. From the human perspective, we can only see a few steps ahead. We're limited by time and space. We can only process information sequentially. But the divine perspective sees everything all at once. It sees all the consequences of all the choices. It sees all the connections between all the events. It sees how everything fits together in the grand tapestry of your life. And it's weaving that tapestry with such precision, such care, such love. Every thread matters. Every color has a purpose. Even the dark threads create the contrast that makes the bright threads shine even brighter. So when you're in a dark period, when you're in a difficult season, when you're in a time of waiting, remember that even this has purpose. Even this is part of the pattern. Even this is being woven into something beautiful. You just can't see the full picture yet because you're still in the middle of the weaving. But one day, when you step back, when you see the completed tapestry, you'll understand why every single thread had to be exactly where it was. And until that day comes, until you can see the full picture, you have to walk by faith. You have to trust in the dark. You have to believe when you can't see. You have to know even when you don't understand. And that's not always easy. Faith is simple, but it's not always easy because your mind wants explanations. Your ego wants control. Your fear wants guarantees. But faith says, I don't need explanations. I don't need control. I don't need guarantees. I just need to know that I'm being taken care of. I just need to know that there's a higher power at work. I just need to know that it's all going to be okay. And it is all going to be okay. More than okay, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be worth the wait. It's going to make sense why things had to happen the way they did. You're going to look back and see the divine hand in everything. You're going to recognize the blessings in the difficulties. You're going to appreciate the wisdom you gained from the challenges. You're going to be grateful for the timing, even though it didn't match your preferences. Because you'll see that divine timing protected you, prepared you, and positioned you perfectly for what was coming. So right now, in this moment, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to feel your body relax. I want you to release the tension you've been holding, the tension in your shoulders from carrying burdens that aren't yours to carry, the tightness in your chest from worrying about things you can't control, the heaviness in your heart from thinking you're alone in this. Let it all go. Just let it go. You don't have to carry it anymore. You were never meant to carry it all yourself. God said, relax because God wants to carry it for you. The universe wants to support you. Divine intelligence wants to guide you, but you have to let it. You have to get out of the way. You have to stop trying to be in charge of everything. You have to admit that maybe, just maybe, there's a power greater than you that actually knows what it's doing. And when you make that admission, when you surrender to that truth, everything changes. You start to notice the signs. You start to see the synchronicities. You start to feel the support. You start to witness the miracles. Not because they weren't there before, but because you're finally paying attention. You're finally looking with the eyes of faith instead of the eyes of fear. And what you look for, you find. When you look for evidence that you're alone and unsupported, you'll find it. When you look for evidence that you're guided and loved, you'll find that too. So choose what you're looking for. Choose what you're focusing on. Choose what you're believing in. Believe that you are divinely guided. Believe that you are infinitely loved. Believe that you are being prepared for something wonderful. Believe that your prayers are being answered. Believe that your dreams are on their way. Believe that your life is unfolding perfectly. Believe that you are exactly where you need to be. Believe that everything is working out for your highest good. Not because you can prove it, not because you can see it yet, but because Belief is what creates the reality. Faith is what opens the door. Trust is what allows the blessings to flow. And when the doubts come, because they will come, don't fight them. Don't judge yourself for having them. Just notice them and choose again. Choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. Choose peace over anxiety. It's a choice you have to make moment by moment, day by day. Nobody can do it for you. But every time you make that choice, it gets a little easier. Every time you choose trust, you strengthen that muscle. Every time you choose peace, you create more space for good to enter your life. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a creator of your reality. But you create through your consciousness, not through your effort. You create through your vibration, not through your struggle. You create through your alignment with divine intelligence, not through your separation from it. And alignment comes from relaxation, from trust, from surrender. It comes from being instead of doing. It comes from faith instead of force. So be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. You're doing the best you can with what you know right now, and that's enough. You are enough. Right now, exactly as you are. You are enough. You don't have to achieve anything else to be worthy. You don't have to become someone else to be lovable. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to be happy. You can be all of those things right now. You can experience worthiness right now. You can feel love right now. You can choose happiness right now. Because happiness is not something you find at the end of the journey. Happiness is not the destination. Happiness is the vehicle that takes you to the destination. When you're happy now, when you're grateful now, when you're peaceful now, you attract more things to be happy about, more things to be grateful for, more things that bring you peace. But when you postpone your happiness until your circumstances change, you create a perpetual state of waiting. And life is not about waiting. Life is about living. Right here, right now, in this moment. This is it. This is your life. Not someday when everything works out. Not in the future when you have everything you want. But right now. And right now is pretty good when you really look at it. You're alive. You have another day. You have another chance. You have another opportunity to grow, to love, to give, to experience, to become. That's a gift. That's a blessing. And when you start recognizing the blessings that are already here, more blessings come. Because gratitude is a magnet for good things. So practice gratitude every single day, not as a technique to get more, but as a way of being, as a way of seeing, as a way of living. Be grateful for what you have while you're waiting for what you want. Be grateful for how far you've come while you're heading toward where you're going. Be grateful for the lessons and the challenges. Be grateful for the growth and the pain. Be grateful for the strength you didn't know you had until you needed it. Be grateful for the resilience you've developed. Be grateful for the wisdom you've gained. Be grateful for this moment, this breath, this life. And in that state of gratitude, in that vibration of appreciation, you'll find that you're already living in abundance. You'll realize that you've been rich all along, just maybe not in the ways you thought. You're rich in experiences. You're rich in relationships. You're rich in opportunities. You're rich in potential. You're rich in life itself. And that's the greatest wealth there is. God said relax because God knows something you're still learning. God knows that everything you need will come to you at exactly the right time. God knows that you are being guided and protected every step of the way. God knows that there's a plan for your life that is more beautiful than anything you could plan for yourself. God knows that you are loved beyond measure. God knows that you are never alone. God knows that you are capable of handling whatever comes. God knows that you are stronger than you think. God knows that you are braver than you believe. God knows that you are more powerful than you realize. And God is asking you to know that too, to trust that too, to live from that truth, to stop doubting yourself, to stop questioning your worth, to stop wondering if you're enough. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Not because of what you do or what you achieve or what you accumulate, but because of who you are. Because you are a divine creation. Because you are a spark of the infinite. Because you are loved by the source of all love. So relax into that love. Rest in that knowledge. Trust in that truth. And let everything else unfold as it will. Do your part, yes. Show up, yes. Take action, yes. But then release the outcome, let go of the timeline, surrender the how, and trust that divine intelligence is handling all the details you can't see. Trust that everything is being arranged on your behalf. Trust that you are being led to your highest good. Trust that the best is yet to come. Your breakthrough is coming. Your answer is coming. Your miracle is coming. Your blessing is coming. Your healing is coming. Your opportunity is coming. Your person is coming. Your moment is coming. It's all coming in divine timing, in perfect timing, in the timing that serves your highest growth and greatest good. And until it arrives, until you see it manifest in your physical reality, live in the knowing that it's already done. Live in the peace that it's already arranged. Live in the joy that it's already on its way. God said, relax. So relax your mind, relax your body, relax your grip on outcomes, relax your need to control, relax your anxiety about the future, relax your regrets about the past, relax into this present moment, relax into trust, relax into faith, relax into love. Relax into the knowing that you are held, you are guided, you are loved, and everything is going to work out beautifully, better than you can possibly think, in ways you couldn't have planned, with timing that is absolutely perfect. Just relax and let it come to you, because it will. It always does. Everything you need comes to you when you're ready to receive it, and your job is simply to stay open, stay trusting, stay grateful, and stay relaxed. That's when the magic happens. That's when the miracles arrive. That's when life becomes the beautiful adventure it was always meant to be.